Yeah, honey, people don't normally have tinfoil over their windows. Hey friends, tonight we're talking about 3 ways you can darken your nursery now that the days are getting longer, and we're drinking Shadow Magic by Silver City Brewery. It's beer after bedtime. Let's get to it. Hey, welcome friends. My name is Tom. I like to drink beer and I have kids, so I do most of it after bedtime. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about 3 ways I have used myself personally to darken our nursery. Why would I want to do that? It's getting lighter earlier and my kids are getting up with the sun. And once the sun starts getting up around 6 or so, it's way too early for me. We're also going to be trying Silver City Brewing's Imperial Stout called Shadow Magic. So let's talk about that real quick. This is Shadow Magic from Silver City. It's part of their limited release series. It has 9% alcohol by volume and boasts, inspired by the traditional foreign extra stout. This style of dark ale boasts chocolate and malt flavors and a velvety smooth body. All right, wouldn't say no to that. And you're looking at 35 IBU. We'll put all the details up here. But that's 35 IBU and 9% alcohol by volume. And of course, a bomber. Gonna be delicious. So, without further ado, let's crack this thing. All right. Do this proper here. Much easier to pour out of a bottle, I always feel. It tends to jump around a little bit more. You get a little bit more control. That looks nice. Very dark on the head and very, very dark in the coloration. Give it a sniff. Okay, definitely some hop smell, but mostly this is a stout. It's going to be very malty and I'm definitely picking up malt. I want to believe that I'm getting some of the chocolate out of there too. I guess we'll find out. Cheers. It's got a bit of tang to it, a little bit of kick. I've been drinking a lot of stouts lately, just because of the St. Patrick's Day and some of the comparison videos I've been doing. You can check those out if you want up there. This is not as smooth as some of those. Those were milk stouts though. That could be a big difference. I'm getting those notes of chocolate. It's a little lighter than I expected. And I can get some of the alcohol on the back end of the taste there. I mean, it's 8%. That's not gonna just disappear without getting noticed. Not bad. Well, I'll keep working on this. But for now, let's talk dad chat. All right, folks. Like I said earlier, the days are getting longer and the kids are starting to get up earlier and going down not nearly as easy at nighttime. So when we first had our daughter, we decided we were going to figure out a way to control the light in the room so that mommy and daddy can decide when it's dark in the room and when it's light in the room, not Mother Nature. Our nursery happens to be on the sunny side of the building, so we had to do something. I did 3 basic methods. I'll talk you through each of them, give you the pros and cons. First up, we got blackout curtains. You know, those are pretty easy to pick up. No problem, you hang them, you're good. After that, we tried tin foil and masking tape. And then the third method that we'll talk about tonight is Plastidip. So our first thing we're going to talk about is blackout curtains. Now, as you can imagine, blackout curtains are just hella thick and you hang them up. You got to have the mounting hardware and all that stuff. But all told, I think we were into it for about 30 bucks per window, 2 windows. I didn't like them. They did block out the light, but there was a lot of spillage just over the top of the curtains and through the bottom. They also hung down a long way. The windows that we were trying to get to were about waist height on a 6-foot person. So I wasn't a big fan of them. Also having to hang the curtain rods and all that stuff myself, didn't enjoy that so much. Okay, our second method was tinfoil and masking tape. Now this might make you look like a crazy person when you're doing it, but essentially all you do is you get a bunch of your painter's tape and get a bunch of strips laid out and you hang it up over the window, tape them down. I had to make a couple of adjustments because the first time I did it, I wasn't able to open and close the window. But after those adjustments, I was probably into the project for a whopping $5, including the painter's tape and the tinfoil. It works surprisingly well once you get it done. It's a little finicky because tinfoil rips, but you can see the results here. It's a picture from the inside on a sunny day, and it doesn't completely block the light, but that's because the photo that you're looking at here is the tape and tinfoil method after 6 years, I want to say. Did make some adjustments and really need to go at it again, but it allows me to open and shut the window without any problems and control the light fairly well. That's what we have up in our nursery right now. Our third method is Plastidip. There's two ways you can get it. You can get it in a can, a spray can, or you can get it in a paint dipping brush on method. I didn't go for the brush on method. I had recently tried to Plastidip my car just for fun, change the color. It didn't work out great. The Plastidip in the home application looked really good during the daytime, but man, it stank up that room. After I was done, that room had to be aired out for at least 2 days before my wife would even let the baby go in there. So definitely a thought to consider. Also, I did 2 or 3 coats and the results weren't super great. You can take a look at that there. A lot of the light spilled through, more than I expected. Like when I was done on the inside, I looked at it and it looked great. As soon as I turned the lights out, it just, too much light was still bleeding through for the amount of effort that I put in. And cleanup was a beast. Having to peel all that stuff off when we eventually gave up on it was about an hour's worth of work, which is more than you want to spend trying to bring light back into your room. Summertimes were actually pretty brutal on it too, now that I think about it, because it's black. It absorbed the sunlight, and so it actually made that room a lot hotter than you wanted it to. So those are the 3 methods. The ones that I stuck with were the tinfoil and tape. Those are still up in our nursery right now. It doesn't actually look as crazy as you would think from the outside. It just looks shiny. It reflects some of the sunlight in the summertime and allows you to control the amount of light. So you get to decide when it's sun up and sun down, which makes a huge difference in the next coming months. Anyway, hope that helps. Write in the comments below, what sort of things are you doing to try and control the light in your nursery? Cheers. Gold Star Achievements. Tonight's Gold Star Achievement is not for me. I have done some cool stuff, looking forward to sharing, but the thing that stood out most recently has been the dad at the birthday party we went to recently. Went to my daughter's first real kids' birthday party, where it was actually about the kids, not a bunch of grown-ups sitting around cutting cake and talking about how your kid's growing up. Apparently you get to about 6 before those start becoming kids' birthday parties in our area. She went, had a great time, things are wrapping up, got a goodie bag, and it didn't have one of the party blowers in it that everyone was having fun with, you know, those things. She really wanted one, and I approached the mom because she's closer. I'm like, hey, do you have any more of those? And she's like, oh no, they got packed up in the car. And before she could even finish the sentence there, with that breath, the dad was like, don't worry, I got you. Because he knows, and I know you know. That party popper would have made the difference between having a good experience and a bad experience. Dads, you know it. You missed that one little thing and suddenly like an entire day's worth of fun is just out the window because you didn't get the party popper. And he was on it like that. Dude was back in like 2 minutes. Jacob's dad, you were the man. Gold star for you. Cheers. Okay, back to the beer. This stuff is good. Excuse me. I am starting to pick up more and more of it. You can see I have worked my way down quite a bit here, and I like it. It is not the best stout that I've ever had. It is Imperial, so I'm definitely feeling that 8%, and I'm gonna take 2 minutes here, clap out, and go see what the wife thinks. I'm back. So I did talk to the wife. She took a sniff and said, oh, it smells like a classy bar, which is pretty high praise. She gave it a taste and said, yeah, it's all right. It's not bad. You can definitely taste the alcohol in it. Would I buy another one? Probably not. Am I glad that I got it? Am I going to finish this? Absolutely. It's tasty stuff, but it doesn't stand out. I don't really find any magic in the Shadow Magic, which is a shame because I really do like Silver City Brewery, and it's not bad beer. It's just not spectacular. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. I'm Tom. This is Beer After Bedtime, and until next time, finish your beer, get some sleep. Cheers. Hey friends, thanks for watching that video. Please subscribe here, like down below, and enjoy more videos from me here and here. Good night. Darken.